A demonic religion of destruction is an impossible thing to sell if you're going to be honest about it. Therefore, the communist understands he must lie about everything at all times. You got all that. But not just little lies. You've told little lies. Maybe you've even told big lies in your life, but you've told little lies. You're not proud of them, but you've done it. Hey, honey, I love that spaghetti. Best I've ever had. Everyone's told little lies. Communists will tell huge lies, but normal people, decent people, can be confused by that because no one would believe it, right? Rachel Maddow was talking about the drug dealers who are getting nuked out of drug boats coming from Venezuela. Now, keep in mind before I play what I'm about to play, I think every one of these, if not almost every one of these, you can watch a video of it. We live in this bizarre era where combat that takes place in the middle of the ocean is something that you can watch a video of on social media. If you would like to watch a video of a drug boat getting nuked out of the water, you can watch it. Yeah, good point, Chris. The White House will post it. You can watch it. You can look at the boats. Everyone can. Not just me. Everybody can. You can look at the boat. And every one of these boats looks pretty similar. Very clearly a speedboat of some kind. And every single one of these boats has not one, not two, usually 3 or 4, I think I saw one with more, but 3 or 4 motors on the back. Expensive ones too, because the idea is you want to move through the water and move through the water very, very quickly, and drug dealers, cartels have money coming out of their ears, so you invest the money, you buy some good motors for it. Every one of these boats, and again, every human being with internet access can look at the boat itself and see the engines, see the motors. If you watch MSNBC, here's what Rachel Maddow told you.
And I'm not sure the administration has even bothered to try to come up with anything even internally coherent in terms of explaining why Trump has proclaimed that we are at war with Venezuela. My sense is that they wanted to use the Alien Enemies Act to illegally deport people, arrest and deport people from this country that actually weren't subject to deportation. They decided the Alien Enemies Act was a way to do that. They then realized the Alien Enemies Act required a war, so then they declared a war. Then they needed a reason for the war, so then they reverse engineered some sort of reason for the war. Ostensibly right now, the reason for the war is to stop drug trafficking into the United States. Why are we blowing out of the water and killing people in boats with outboard motors, some of which aren't even pointed towards the United States, let alone...
What? What'd she say? Tell you what, set that one aside. Remember when Joe Biden declared that he was running for president? Remember that? Remember the reason he gave?
When did you get to 100%? When did you know this is something that I have to do for yourself?
Charlottesville, when those folks came out of the fields carrying torches with contorted faces and carrying Nazi flags. When the president was asked about it, he said, they asked what he thought. He said, I thought there were very fine people on both sides. No president, sitting president, has ever said anything like that.
Chuck Schumer, virtually every Democrat has echoed this.
When in Charlottesville, when they rioted against the Jews and wanted to harass or even burn down a temple, he said both sides have merit.
Here's what Donald Trump said.
I do think there's blame. Yes, I think there's blame on both sides. You look at both sides. I think there's blame on both sides, and I have no doubt about it, and you don't have any doubt about it either. And you had some very bad people in that group. But you also had people that were very fine people on both sides.
Communists tell gigantic, easily verifiable lies because it works on a certain percentage of the population. whatever percentage of the population consumes traditional media sources will inevitably believe gigantic outright lies told by the communists, even though you, the informed person, knew they were lies immediately. You've known about the truth. Surely everyone knows about the truth. You already watched the video. You already heard the sound. But normal people who don't escape that bubble have no idea, and therefore the communist gets away with lies. Would you like an amazing example? Sad, but amazing. You remember Charlie Kirk, our martyr, who was assassinated. He was assassinated by some deranged commie freak. His family talked about how he'd turned into a commie. All these online chat things we know now with all the tranny, furry, demonic crap. This is known by you. It's known by me. Again, even the guy's own family has come out and said, yeah, he really took a dark turn, a real dark commie turn. You want to hear the percentage of likely voters who know he was a left-winger? 24%. 24%. Remember when Jimmy Kimmel came out on his late-night show and said the guy was MAGA? That's what he said. Said the guy was a right-winger. You yelled and screamed. Maybe you even rolled your eyes. That's a lie. Everyone knows that's a lie. No, you know that's a lie. Hyper-informed people who care enough about the issues to dig in and learn the issues know that Democrat lies are Democrat lies. But normal people who read the New York Times, they watch ABC at night, they have no earthly idea they're lies. Those communist street animals out there, good point, Chris, they believe the lies too. You think they ever tune into the Jesse Kelly show? When they hear their representatives, when they hear Democrat politicians saying things like this, they believe it.
The American people's anger and tolerance of DHS violations of our rights, that's what's the result of DHS unlawful, unaccountable, unconstitutional actions, which put the American people and our liberties at risk every day. Let me be very clear. The Department of Homeland Security, you can quote me on that, is the single biggest threat to public safety right now.
You understand that DHS is busy tracking down, arresting, and deporting people who are in this country illegally. You are well aware that they're focusing on the worst first. The criminal records of the people they're arresting and deporting it's amazing there are people this sick and violent on the planet. Murderers, child rapists, and the worst people. You understand all that. Your liberal Aunt Peggy doesn't have a freaking clue. For your liberal Aunt Peggy, because she watches NBC, because she reads the Washington Post, because she listens when Democrat politicians say things like Delia Ramirez just said, your liberal Aunt Peggy believes that as we speak, ICE is kicking in the door of a Latino daycare and handcuffing toddlers and chucking them back across the border into Mexico. She lives in a world of make-believe. It has been constructed for her by evil communists in the media and Democrat politicians, and a large percentage of Americans, they live in that world too. This is the benefit of social media. For all the bad things you can say and correctly say about social media, the real benefit of social media is it allows normal people to finally escape the world of make-believe communists trap them in. It's the only reason, let's be honest, you, me, it's the only reason we ever managed to break out and find out the truth about things. Think how dumb you were in 1990 when all you had was the same 3 news channels on the television set, the same big newspapers. It's not your fault. It wasn't my fault. How would we know? It was the only source of information we had. But remember how many of your fellow Americans have not broken out yet.